Light is on. We're ready to go. Stand by. Racing, and Marshall Music left really well off the inside. It looks as though Chad Schofield wants to try and lead. Vindication's landed out well and moved up to eyeball the favourite early. The filly Artful Persuasion is going forward. Together with Beep Test is there, although it snagged back. Then came Adios Steve. Further back to Mad Darcy midfield, and the red cap on the inside of Everyone's a Star. Rebel Dean's caught out pretty deep, followed by Super Bright. Then came Angel Fun from Moonlight Gracefield Weary, and the Extreme Catters last of all. So Marshall Music charging along in the lead, and Vindication does the chasing. Then the filly Artful Persuasion, followed further back by Everyone's a Star. Beep Test under pressure, so's Adios Steve. Rebel Dean getting to the outside. Mad Darcy's in traffic as Marshall Music shows a good kick. Opened up by 3 lengths. Everyone's a Star's the pursuer. 2 lengths away. Now Mad Darcy's into the clear, 3 off, but she's thundering home. Here's Mad Darcy down the middle. On the outside, Angel Fun, but Mad Darcy got the brakes at the right time, and Mad Darcy beats Angel Fund. Stable Quinella. Everyone's a Star third, I think, in front of Field Weary. Then came Super Bright. They stopped the music today. Marshall Music, he stopped sharply. Then Rebel Dean, the Extreme Cat. A gap back to Moonlight Grace. Further back to Artful Persuasion. Vindication dropped right out from Adios Steve and Beep Test.
David Pfeiffer kicks off the day with a Quinella, and there's, hang on, let me just count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000 owners in this horse. Mad Darcy, headed by the Mad About Racing Proprietary Limited. Number 14, Mad Darcy. J4, David Pfeiffer beats number 11, Angel Fun, Jay Collett, D. Pfeiffer. And third home will be number 16, Everyone's a Star, for Mark Chevalier and Tyler Schillerfield, where he's going to be fourth. And just behind them, the Extreme Cat. So, 14, 11, 16.
In white hot form, this stable. They might win the last as well, the way the stable's going at the moment. 1, 2 here, and she's set up beautifully there. All her 2 runs this prep have been outstanding. And get the money over the Angel Fun, who comes out of the midweek race at Canterbury, but obviously going well also. That's a big improvement from Everyone's a Star there, ridden a bit quieter, and Field Weary threatening to win one of these races. Just doesn't run the 1100, does it, the favourite?
Yeah, you've got a plenty to contain over there.
Yeah, we're absolutely over the moon. Just thrilled with this horse. She was a $15,000 yearling, and we've got an absolutely sensational group of owners that have all come out to cheer her today. We've just got the result that we've been dreaming of.
Yeah, and a stable Quinella as well.
Yeah, look, the stable's on fire. Dave Pfeiffer is just a fantastic trainer. He places his horses perfectly, and yeah, it's great. I'm glad we're at the first place of the Quinella, but very happy that his stablemates are on second.
Yeah, and Dave's doing it tough at the moment. I mean, he's getting the results on the track, but he's got a busted ankle. He can hardly walk. He's been to the races most times since he got out of hospital, but he is doing it really, really tough at the moment.
He's had a hard road, Dave, but he's a very resilient character, and he's really pushing through with the health issues that he's had, but he's not doing it that tough. He's in Melbourne at the moment, ready for the English sales, so that's why he's not here today.
Well done on your success.
Thank you so much. We're absolutely over the moon.
Good on you. And Jay Ford rides the first winner, Corey.
Congratulations, Jay. I just heard one of the owners say, who's a Jay Mack when we've got a Jay Ford?
We've had a lot of success together, that particular owner over the years, so maybe I am his J Mac to him, but she's going great going, this horse. She's sort of been lost in the wilderness for a little while. Early days, she broke her maiden at Warwick Farm, and before the start of this prep, we've been well over 18 months since her last win, but this preparation, she's trialled up super, been in a really good frame of mind, and that's showing on the racetrack. She's racing really consistently at the moment.
Yeah, you can even see it in the enclosure. She walks in there and she's really proud, but she was lacklustre here, like you said, about 18 months ago.
Yeah, certainly, and I think, after she backed up those good trials and won first up at Gosford, we didn't know whether that was just a one-off, but then she backed that up here the other day and run super. Stepping up in trip just assisted us a little bit, but she was strong to the line late, so well-deserved to break through in town, and Dave Stable's really firing at the moment, so going great guns.
Well done.
Cheers.
14, 11, 16 and 13, the race time, 63.45.
set, although there's a few calls from inside the stalls. Now we're ready, and they're racing, and our Kobe Sun left really well off the inside together with Moravia the outer. Tashi's going to land in third, clear from Parade. Tintuki snagged back, Union Army snagged back, and Aprilia is going to settle towards the rear of the field. So Berry goes forward here on Moravia, hasn't fully committed though, as it looks as though McDonald wants to hold the front at our Kobe Sun. So our Kobe Sun boots through, and the pair go head and head. Our Kobe Sun on the inside of Moravia. Tashi 2 lengths away in a stalking roll, clear from Tintuki, improving on the rails. Parade drifting back to about 5 off the lead, and the last 2 Union Army and Aprilia. So it's our Kobe Sun, kept honest here by Moravia the outside. The newly established Rosehill track record holder, our Kobe Sun, on the inside of the lone colt of the field, Moravia. They turn together, and Moravia really making a good race of it. Tashi coming off heels, Tintuki starting to improve, and now Parade's running on. Our Kobe Sun under plenty of pressure, trying to lift with Tashi looming hard on the outside. Tashi moves to a narrow lead. Parade looks to be the only danger the outside. Tashi in front of Parade. Tashi kicking hard. Tashi beats Parade. Our Kobe Sun won the on-pace battle. He held out Moravia for third. Then Tintuki, a gap to Union Army, and Aprilia was last.
Number 6, Tashi, off the pace and over the top of them. Tom Sherry, Peter and Paul Snowden. So this preparation, a win at Randwick, runner-up behind the promising Winchat, and back in the winner's stall today. Parade's going to run second. Our Kobe Sun does fight back and beat Moravia to the post. Tintuki just in behind those, probably beaten a tick over 2 lengths from the winner.
Yeah, it's just good, genuine mare. Got the right run, got the 1-1 where you wanted to be, peeling around the speed, and found that middle lane where the first 2 come down, the 1-2 come down in the first. So whether there's anything in that, I don't know. Periel did a good job, another honest placing for him, and the 2 fighting it out on top of the speed there have just whacked away into third. But all honours, good ride, too good.
Well, Tashi in form.
She is. I think on reflection of her first up win this prep, we're sort of always ambitious of getting into the stakes level. And I really sort of used this today to sort of guarantee a spot, I think, just sort of getting up to that grade, and she's put away some nice horses in good fashion and in good time.
She loved chasing today, didn't she?
Well, I think Tom sort of learned a little bit more about her too after riding her the other day. We just very got into the great spot that we wanted to in that stalking role, and she relaxed really well, albeit travelling well for him, but just getting a toe in, just this track, the jars just off this track, it's really appreciated. As you've seen late, she's really stretched out the line well.
And what is the stakes race that you might look at?
Yeah, well, we maybe might think about backing her up next week, and then Winona Girl, we'll just see what I think Every Man His Dog's going to be running in it, so it might be a strong rendition of the race, but something in the next sort of 3 weeks will certainly suit her, and again, if we can get sort of a bit of rain around, it certainly comes into play.
Well done.
Thank you.
You must have been giggling when you seen those 2 leaders going hard at it.
Yeah, she's been racing well, but I was so happy to see there was a genuine tempo. She loves to chase, and obviously the 2 favourites in front of me, so I didn't have to do any work, and she's got an explosive turn of speed when she gets the right run like that, and she was actually pretty good. She's put the writing on the wall this preparation, and I think she's not too far off black type, so hopefully she can get a bit of that this prep.
She was dominant first up. You obviously didn't ride her. Second up, she's a little bit flat.
Yeah, she raced well. I learned a little bit more about her in sort of just leaving her alone and letting her ride her own race, which I done today. The other day I tried to probably hold her up too much for her sprint, but she was good today, and hopefully she can go on from here.
Well done.
Cheers.
Compelling Truth is in, the light is on, and we're ready to go. Perennial, Compelling Truth, the joint favourites. Racing now, Compelling Truth jumped out with them wide out, showing very good speed. Bamaria in the middle of the pack, charges to the lead from Altishka. Compelling Truth goes on with it out wide. They're followed by Every Little Breeze. Then came Once Again My Girl and Perennial, racing keenly on the outside. Further back in the race then, as they settle down to Lyrical Beauty. Getting up on the inside, Bridie's Luck from Cavente. Very deep out, Remember Jack approaching the corner. Well back then is Jacob Joe. And last of all is Alimba coming around the turn. Bamaria just leads, being eyeballed by Altishka the outside. 3 lengths away to Every Little Breeze. Once Again My Girl knuckling down towards the inside. Perennial the outside trying to wind up. Inside the 200, Bamaria still leads the way from Altishka. Once Again My Girl is hitting top gear. Then Perennial wide out. Once Again My Girl races to the lead from Perennial. Once Again My Girl, Perennial. Once Again My Girl. Wanted a neck to Perennial. Good race. Bamaria third. Then came Every Little Breeze. Further back to Compelling Truth. Bridie's Luck. Remember Jack wide out. Followed by Light Press. Then came further back Jacob Joe. From Lyrical Beauty between runners. Cavente, Altishka and Alimba.
The Scone Gallopers fighting it out. Perennial came quickly at Once Again My Girl, but she had enough. And she wins first up after a bleeding attack back in October at Muswellbrook. Back in the winners list today over that 1,000 metre scare. But there's Perennial, one last dive. Bamaria runs third. Excellent performance, great return from this mare.
Yeah, two lovely horses, first and second, I must say. So a great return. She's got a great little action on her where she gets down low and she has a go. And I think there's more upside to come from her. And likewise with the second horse, he only needed a few more bounds and he gets home there. So he's got a lovely future as well. Bamaria found the lead, just wandered back to the inside there and run boldly. And at that specialist distance that she's got, and the other one there was Every Little Breeze did not running a bad little race there as well. But a nice mare. Hopefully she can put her act together now and win a few more this preparation.
Yeah, and another terrific ride by Jason Collett. Just sat back in behind him, sniped, and just loved the way this horse relaxed off too. Got back 3 pairs.
Well done, Brett. A lot of satisfaction there.
Yeah, it's good to get her back. She's a bonny little mare, you know. She's run time again. Jason just gives me a little bit of a heart palpitation when he goes back on him, but we've got a really good strike rate together and it's good to have him back in the team.
He's your go-to jockey, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Had a lot of luck with him, and you know, I said let fast horses be fast, and he screwed his face up and said, oh, I'll do this and that, but you know what, he gets a result and that's all that matters. So.
Okay, and now you're not in a rush to really plan ahead with her?
No, look, obviously, ultimately you would like to get her to a bit of black type as quick as we can, knowing her history. We'll just see how she rates at the end of the day and go from there.
And you beat your good mate Paul Massara?
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often, but that'll soften him up a bit.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jace. She was pretty impressive today, first up.
Yeah, it was ridden a bit differently today. She's probably fortunate they did that in the trial, made her come back and behind and attack the line, because it definitely helped today. I know we had the speed, but she needs to learn to do that to not be so one-dimensional, and she's done it today, so very happy.
You reckon she could get further?
I think so. She was running most of the way there. I gave her a click up about the 500, and there's something there, so I was grateful for that. But just ridden like that, she's more effective late.
Well done.
Thanks.
6-4 favourite for the slipper, and they're off. And Stormboy jumped out all right. Indecisive and Prost have jumped fast, but Stormboy will use the inside gate, and he rolls forward, the big boy. And Stormboy takes the lead narrowly in the early stages of the race from Sarron. Indecisive taken back now. Then Prost on the outside of Javana President, and Parkour sees them all. 800 metres to go, and Stormboy wants to go quicker. McDonald's got a good grip on the colt, and Stormboy leads by 2.5 to Sarron. Javana is railing through, improving. Indecisive with cover now. The outside of Prost is down on the fence. A length to President trucking along. A half the inside to Parkour. 5.50 to go, and Stormboy, who's the raging favourite for the slipper, $1.18 here in the Skyline as they turn for home, and he comes well off the fence now, and Stormboy still under a good grip. Giovanna scrubbed up the inside. Prost revved up coming down the outside. He gives the favourite some rain now, Stormboy. He's 2 lengths clear inside the 150 from Prost and Giovanna. They're fighting out the minors, but you can see what all the fuss is about. The multi-million-dollar colt Stormboy wins in a cakewalk. Prost best of the rest second. Giovanna third, then Parkour. Further back to President Sarron and Indecisive.
On we go to the slipper, the Golden Slipper, the $5 million tab Golden Slipper in 3 weeks' time. There's your favourite. Can they beat him? There's still plenty of racing to come. Other 2-year-olds will step out, but there he is, the benchmark. And is it any surprise that a stablemate runs second? Prost, he's run a beauty in his own right, but he gets a J-Mac slap today.
He does.
Stormboy will wait on a time. Times don't matter. Prost, Duvana, in that order, 1-3-8-4.
Yeah, just a little hiccup when he jumped in the air at the start, but he's got presence, he's got class. Now it's up to McDonald. You watch the spiel when we come back in here. He's got first crack at Tom Magnier to tell him how much he suits this horse going forward before Ryan Moore gets on the phone tonight. A battle of the wits is about to happen. Who's going to suit this horse comes the Golden Slipper, Dave. So I'm looking forward to that.
So am I, Ronnie. It actually made me laugh just thinking what those 2 boys would go at it.
Yeah, no, it's a good feeling. Good to see him back. Always a little bit nerve-wracking. Seeing these profiled horses just come back off that turnaround. It's been a big trip away there for him, and he's had a good campaign, but he's back in good shape. With the conditions today, he sort of had to ride those, but I think he certainly did enough, and we've left some nice improvement to come.
His action looks beautiful as always.
Yeah, lovely style of horse. He's just got plenty of gears. He's got a great high cruising speed, and he looked in full control from the outset, and then he can just find more levels and just sort of keep quickening off that, and he looked in good shape going to the line.
And you don't have him screwed down today. You don't have him at his peak. The grand final's still to come. So what is left?
Yeah, look, I'd like to think naturally just, it's his first run at 1,200 metres off a while between races and a freshen up. He's only had the 1 trial, so, he's a lovely big colt. So I think condition-wise, I'll just tighten him up nicely. And as we've sort of had to prepare for, obviously, the Golden Slipper, but, we've got big targets for the Triple Crown as well. So, I'd like to think he's only going to be better suited getting over the 1,600 metres in time, so obviously very exciting for everyone involved.
Will he have a public appearance before the slipper?
I don't think so. I think naturally he can do enough himself at home, but we may float that idea.
Okay, congratulations, well done.
Thanks very much.
Well, firstly, congratulations, J-Mac. That looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, the most impressive thing is I think he's got more to come, he's more to give, and until he gets into a high-pressure race like a slipper, I think that's when you're going to see a fair dinkum horse. He felt like he was just going to rip away, and he's got more to give, like in terms of fitness. He just felt like the last 50 he levelled out. If we didn't have to go to the middle track, I wouldn't have fish-tailed all the way up the straight. So he just is a lefter sitting dark, and he's got the constitution. He's a big, strong boy, great lungs on him, and like I just said before, he felt like I'm going fast up a rise, and he goes faster. He's an incredible feeling.
Did he step slow?
Yeah, well, he was in the gates for a long time. Obviously, barrier 1 was first to load, and then took 7 to come in behind him. He was brilliant until the starter stepped on that ladder, so he was a little bit restless in there. But I also think that's freshness as well. He hasn't raced for a long time. I just think high pressure 1200 is just going to, you'll see a proper theme. Well done. Thanks.
With a big jackpot. Light racing. Redstone well, the favourite, jump well. So did Perfect Thought, and Mission Phoenix is in the mood today, and Mission Phoenix is lobbed to the front and Sky Out's quickly up on the outside, and Perfect Thought in a tricky position now out 3 wide. Looking to get in, floating, just easing back, so Perfect Thought might get in here, and Redstone Well's able to improve on the rails, so the favourite into a pretty decent spot. A gap in the field to Miracle Spin on the inside of Logan Street Line. They've all found their positions, followed by Louisville, who parks on the outside of Verona. So the work down the back. Mission Phoenix leading up today, out by a half on Sky Out, is not going to press the issue any further. Redstone Well over racing a bit in third. Clear from Perfect Thought the other. The grey floating 3 back the fence. Then Logan Street Line, Miracle Spin, Louisville and Verona are the last 2. So Mission Phoenix is hacking along in the lead for Clipperton. Out by 3/4 to Sky Out. Redstone Well. First try here over 2,000 metres, and he continues to over-race in that roll. Then came Perfect Thought, followed by Floating, Logan Street Line, Miracle Spin, Louisville, and Verona's the last one. So they left the back straight behind them. Now to the High Street side of the course. Mission Phoenix in front by a half to Sky Out. Then Redstone Well, a half the outside Perfect Thought. Further back to Floating, Logan Street Line, Miracle Spin, Louisville and Verona. No change to the action now. Inside the 700 metres, Mission Phoenix in front from Sky Out. Then Redstone Well, it looks to have put his head down now and is starting to do the chasing. Perfect Thought the outside. Logan Street Line peeling. Louisville gets to the outside. Floating held up. Miracle Spin second last from Verona as they turn. Mission Phoenix has had enough now by the looks of it. Sky Out moved up to take the lead. Now Redstone Well the inside with Floating. Down the outside is Louisville, Perfect Thought and Logan Street Line. Where to look here? At wide out Louisville and Logan Street Line. They've got to the front together. Louisville, Logan Street Line. Miracle Spin bursting through with Floating. Louisville Floating. They hit the line. Oh, don't know. Louisville wide out from Floating. Miracle Spin third, then Logan Street Line. Further back then to Sky Out. Redstone Well probably beat himself by being too keen in the run. Then Verona, Perfect Thought, Mission Phoenix. Stand by.
Okay, very, very tight. The question is, has Louisville got the bob in and lunge where it counts? Because he's definitely bobbed. Is it on in time or is it too late? Advantage to Floating just before the line. Here's the low shot, the grey Floating, who was floating all the way up the straight. And here's Louisville coming at Floating. Here's the bob, head up. He might have just missed. I think it's going to be the grey. Floating. Floating. Over on the inside has won by a nose. Well tipped, Ronnie. Floating's got the money. Right up on the inside to beat Louisville.
Yeah, a deceptive finish, that's for sure. He got bluffed in, had to go back to the inside, which he had no other option when McDonald come out in front of him, but he was travelling through the gap and he just kept finding, and he appreciated getting back to 2,000. Just a bob of the head, though, because Louisville had him bestride before. But, yep, good fit, racehorse, did it well. Miracle Spin, got his foot on the till. Logan Street Line was okay. Just over-raced the favourite there and really was a bit disappointing.
Okay, 7, 10, 8 and 3. We're now in a soft 5, 7, 10, 8 and 3.
Congratulations, Zach. Didn't have a lot of options there on the top of the straight, but won well.
Yeah, I was sort of in a one-off position around the first bend, and when I won him last year, he just hung in terribly the whole race. So I was more than happy to go to the fence. He's obviously a horse who excels on wet going, so I wasn't too afraid of being in it. And yeah, he toughed it out nice, and I wasn't sure on the line.
Did he float a little bit at about the 100 metre mark?
He quickened really well under James's mount, and yeah, as you said, he sort of just. I feel like he was trying his hardest, but it was it was a slog out there. So yeah, very very happy to get the win for Matt and the owners.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well done, Matt Smith, floating. The downgrade certainly didn't hurt.
Hey, he loves a bit of rain. It's only got to look like rain, and he improves 2 or 3 lengths. But the track's perfect for him today, and that makes a difference for sure.
Coming around the home turn, he just seemed to really start to quicken when Zach asked him to go, and you could see that the horse was going to put himself in the race.
Yeah, for sure. They went just so slow. Turned it a real sprint home. Lucky we got the inside run, although probably not the best part of the track, but at least he was able to maintain rhythm, got through, got to his top and grounded out. It was a good win.
You're well done.
Thank you.
The fillies division after Stormboy blitzed them in the Colts. Here's Darren.
We're ready to go. Racing now, and the favourite Manal's jumped out reasonably well in the centre. It's one of the on-pace runners, in fact. Going forward now with good speed is Chateau Miraval. And Chateau Miraval is going to lead from Photographics, then Diddle Dumpling, followed by Zunaka on the rails to Toka deep out. The favourite Manal in the white cap wedge between runners, with Wavebreaker pushing through underneath. Further back to Montana Dawn, Vala Bling out deep from Astride. And the last two, Extreme Diva, firing up on the inside of Fly Fly. Chateau Miraval lands in the lead here by a half on Photographics to Toka's 3 out. Then Diddle Dumpling over on the inside of Wavebreaker. Manal 3 wide with some cover. Further back, Vala Bling off the course. Then came Zunaka, Montana Dawn, Astride, Fly Fly. Extreme Diva going up the rails. They come up the rise now, and Chateau Miraval is revved up. Diddle Dumpling doing the chasing the inside, and now Manal is starting to wind up wide out. And quickly Manal moved up to join Chateau Miraval. Fly Fly and Extreme Diva are powering home. It's Manal in front of Fly Fly. Manal a length and a half to Fly Fly, and Manal too good in the sweet embrace. Beat Fly Fly. Extreme Diva third, Chateau Miraval fourth, then Diddle Dumpling. Further back to Toka from Photographics, Montana Dawn, together with Vala Bling, then Astride, Wavebreaker and Zanaka.
Manal, a filly going to the slipper, and a worthy slipper runner for Michael Freedman. Manal, Michael Freedman and Tommy Berry. She's now won a gym crack, second in a win to Lady of Camelot. We know how good she is, and she's put a win back on the board today, holding off Fly Fly and Extreme Diva, and then Chateau Miraval. So something different. It's not again Adrian 2-year-old, but no surprise to see this girl win again.
Yeah, nice filly, nice filly. She'll be a firmer in the slipper, $34 before the race. I think you can halve that at least. She's a little professional. I love the ride. 3 deep cover, peeled, and just let her extend. She's a real little trier, and she gets a 2 kilo weight swing from the boys coming into the slipper, and who knows, if the favourite makes a mistake, she might be there around the mark come that day. But Fly Fly's work in progress, be better next prep, and little Extreme Diva, she's been a really good all preparation, and she'll come back stronger next prep as well. But it's all about the winner. I think she can press on going forward with more improvement to come.
Yeah.
Well done, Michael. She's exciting, Manal.
Yeah, look, she's I think one of the better fillies around. Whether they can stack up against the Colts remains to be seen. But she did a gym crack day. It was a great run first up against Lady of Camelot, and it was good to see her do that today. We obviously thought we could come here and get the job done and have a think about the slippers. So it's nice when they can come here and do that.
Have you seen nice improvement all the way through?
Yeah, she's so straightforward. She's just got the perfect sort of 2-year-old mentality. She's a great doer at home. She's very relaxed with everything she does, and her racing style is very relaxed. So, it's exciting times now, but I'm excited for what the future might hold for her too.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Congratulations, Tommy. That was pretty impressive today. She had a great turn of foot from the 200.
Yeah, she did, and we just had to bank on that. I jumped very well, but jumped a bit too well, and she's a filly that you don't really want to give her a question because you'll get a pretty good answer, and it's not the one you always want. And I do think she's going to be better once she steps out over 1400. So I just rode her quieter today and got her to relax and banked on a turn of foot and her quality as well, because going into this race we thought she was a class above, and she proved that today.
Did she feel like she really come on first up run when she ran into Lady of Camelot?
Yeah, she did, and she's still got improvement there again. So she's a lovely big strong filly, and as I said, I still got a question mark whether she's a super filly or whether she's more size champagne, but I'll leave that up to Michael and the connections. Just very happy to be aboard above her today.
Right on, mate.
Cheers.
Stakes.
Leads out. $1.30 about Fangirl. They're off and racing. She'll settle last from the outside draw. Just Fine pumped out of the gates. Lindemann bounded there, but Just Fine just in front of Lindemann. Navajo Peak moves to third on the outside of Think It Over. 2 lengths to Athabascan, then came Arapaho, Cascadian, and the long odds-on favourite Fangirl parks on the outside and settles about 9 lengths off the lead, which is Just Fine, the Metropolitan winner, galloping hard in the lead by 2 lengths on Lindemann, who's got to a clear second, so there should be no traffic issues today for Lindemann. 2.5 further back to Navajo Peak. The pace is solid. Then Think It Over fourth is about 4 off the lead. A gap of 3 to Athabascan, then came Arapaho from Cascadian, and Fangirl up on the outsides last of all. 800 metres to go. Just Fine looking to protect his unbeaten record at the track. Leads by 2 lengths on Lindemann. A gap to Navajo Peak. Think It Over quietly ridden the rails. Further back to Arapaho from Athabascan. McDonald sitting pretty quiet on Fangirl. Second last on the outside of Cascadian. 500 to go now. Just Fine's coming well off the fence. Lindemann goes with him. Nash is staying towards the inside of Think It Over, and he's pinched ground pretty quickly, and Think It Over dashes to the front of the 300 from Lindemann, and now Fangirl is starting to cut loose, wide out 3 off the lead. It's Think It Over, a length to Lindemann. Fangirl is closing in. It's Think It Over, a length and a half to Fangirl. Think It Over's kicking hard. Think It Over wants it. Fangirl can't get there, and the King of Kembla, Think It Over, was able to beat Fangirl about a length on the wire. Then came Lindemann from Cascadian. Further back to Arapaho, Athabascan, Navajo Peak. Just Fine weakened to finish last.
He's a freakish horse, Think It Over. He is quite freakish. He was the giant killer who became the giant, and then all of a sudden he lost that tag and he had to be the giant killer again today. He has upset the favourite Fangirl, but it's nothing that he's not used to. Nash Rawilla pinched a break and held it, and the winner of almost $9 million. Think It Over has caused a boil over yet again in his marvellous career. Fangirl could only manage second, Lindemann third, Cascadian fourth, and then Arapaho. Nash Rawilla, he's come down the outside fence today, he skirted up the inner.
Oh, gee, that's a great training performance. He just set this horse up so well for this race. Had his toughen up run where he made him do a little bit of work there in the lead up, and he was tough to go early here today. Saved ground, got to the right part of the track. She had a lot to do.
The horse that keeps on giving.
Yeah, he's just a thrill, and he's just the best. He just loves racing so much. As I say, you wouldn't think he was an 8-year-old. He doesn't think he's an 8-year-old. He kept us on our toes down the stalls there today. He was in a bit of a mood, so he had the game face on all week, but no, absolutely thrilled with the result.
I think he rises to another level when he is the underdog. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, he must be listening to the radio or watching the TV with me. But, no, look, he'd really bounced off that first up run, and I was really looking forward to him coming in today.
What do you think when he darted up the inside? Fangirl had a lot to do to chase him.
Yeah, well, Nash just does what Nash does. You know, he just took the shortcuts and then peeled out to the middle, and the horse done the rest.
It's amazing to think that he's back doing this after the injury he suffered, the tendon injury that forced him out for how long?
Oh, it was probably 18 months between runs, I suppose, by the time he got back into the firing line. But no, absolutely thrilled to get another Group 1 under his belt as an 8-year-old. You know, sensational.
And he seems like that old think it over, even at that age. Does he seem to you like the old think it over?
Oh, definitely. Like I say, the way he carried on today was like he was when he was a 4-year-old. You know, but he's always bouncing around the track and everything. He doesn't know he's an 8-year-old. He feels as bright as he keeps me young too.
Yes. So you want to get to a Queen Elizabeth and try and win another one?
Oh, no doubt at all. You know, that was always his aim this time in. And to say we've always looked after him and he's looked after us.
Yeah. So what in between? What is the target?
He'll probably go to the 2,000 metres now and then and wait to go to the Queen Elizabeth after that.
So maybe a Randwick.
Yeah, just go to the Randwick and then into there.
You're a marvel, and so's he.
Nah, beautiful, thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations, Nash. I know this horse means a lot to you, but can you put it into words?
No, you can't. Look, I was trying to put into words there a couple of weeks ago for a bit of a media outlet what it felt like to win the Queen Elizabeth, but geez, I tell you what, that was just come pretty close. Not worth as much money, but to know where this horse has been and what the team's had to go through to get him back to this type of form, it's pretty emotional and very exciting.
You've ridden some really good horses, but he holds a special spot in your heart.
He does, oh, absolutely. You know, look, I suppose if, I'll say it, like if it was with Gay or Chris, he'd probably be rated the second best horse in the country. But look, he's a horse that just flies under the radar a little bit from being trained down there at Kemmler, but geez, they go the extra yard to have him turn up to the races in good order, and that's why he's able to do what he did there today.
69 Group 1 winners?
Yeah, no, good number. Anyway, we're still a fair way off 100, but we'll keep at it.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, pal.
Get over, taking out the Very Elegant Stakes, leading up to our second Group 1, and there's the light. Ready to run now. Gates are back, they're off, and Macarena jumped brilliantly wide out. So did Tropical Squall, and Tropical Squall will lead from the stablemate Autumn Ballet. And moving forward on the outside, there is Learning to Fly. They're followed by Tis Invincible, Steffi Magnetica. Now Macarena's out wide, slowly rolling forward on the outside of Chris Dilly. Then came Tudar La Vida. Kamachi's further back in the field today from Roll On High, Arctic Glamour. And Zardozi's last of all. Tropical Squall holds the front. Macarena's doing plenty of work up on the outside of Learning to Fly, who's got that far more prominent role today, holding third. Steffi Magnetica on the fence fourth. Tis Invincible covering a bit of ground from Autumn Ballet. Chris Dilly's off the track. Then came Tudar La Vida from Kamachi. Roll On High moves up the outside, so Kamachi a bit cluttered up now, followed by Arctic Glamour and Zardosia, both pulling wider on the track as they come around the turn. Hieronymus on Tropical Squall starts to wind it up, staying close to the fence though from Macarena. Steffi Magnetica straying on the fence, and now Learning to Fly wound up. Two further back to Chris Dilly. Tis Invincible's got it all to do. Inside the 200, Tropical Squall led the way. Up on the inside, Steffi Magnetica. Learning to Fly's grinding. Tropical Squall's kicking hard. Steffi's in for the fight. Tropical Squall a neck in front to Steffi Magnetica. Tropical Squall clings on. Tropical Squall and Adam Hieronymus combined for another Group 1 success. Just beating a game, Steffi Magnetica. Then came Learning to Fly, Macarena and Tudar La Vida closing off. Further back, Kamachi. Then Roll On High, Tis Invincible, Autumn Ballet, well back Chris Dilly, Zardozi and Arctic Glamour.
The racing merry-go-round. Adam Hieronymus loses the ride on Storm Boy. He would have been riding that colt today. He'll settle for a Group 1. And as he peeks over his right shoulder, he sees the colours of Storm Boy, who he beats into second place with Steffi Magnetica. Tropical Squall, first up, Bone and Muscle, Gay and Adrian. For that combination, it is their 25th Group 1 victory. You can add 134 that Gay amassed on her own. Adam Hieronymus now makes it his 4th career Group win, and that is 5 for Tulloch Lodge in a surround stakes. Number 1 Tropical Squall beats 12 Steffi Magnetica, 7 Tutor La Vita, and 4 Learning to Fly in the Group 1.
Well, it was just a brilliant front-running ride, slowed up, did what they do, put the pressure on the point of the turn, don't wait too long, and she was just too tough. She was just too tough. She's a good filly.
The time has been posted at 1:22.63 and the last 600 metres in 33.92. 33.92. Tropical Squall coming back in those Guri colours. Another Group 1 for those colours. Adrian Bott has had a big day. The brilliant colt Storm Boy, and now a Group 1 success with Tropical Squall. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Fantastic. She's a fabulous filly. She's been great to us, and it's very special to have that relationship with Guri and to see those colours winning once again. Obviously, a great history between the owners and the farm and the stable. And this filly was fantastic there in the spring, and she's come back much better this preparation. She really strengthened up, so I was confident she was going to be in for a very successful campaign. I thought she was potentially vulnerable today just with the conditions and the 14 first up against a few fitter horses, but it's tremendous to see, and I can only see improvement from here.
Was it always the plan to go first up into this?
Yeah, I think that 1400 metres is quite a nice sort of sweet spot. Obviously we tried to stretch her out to the Oaks trip last preparation, so we went quite deep into that campaign and just felt it may have been a little bit rushed to get that 1200 metre run into her. So I guess that extra benefit of being able to have that time in the paddock to allow her to strengthen up sort of what's allowed her to come back in such good shape.
Will she stay this time in, or will you keep her to the shorter distances?
I think we'll most likely stay to the shorter distances. If we did keep her to her own age group and stretch out to a race like the Vinery, that could certainly be possible, but I'd like to think that 14 to 1600 metres is her real sweet spot. So I think she'll go through the Coolmore Classic, the Coolmore Legacy, those sort of types of races. I think she's in the Doncaster as a lightweight chance, so a lot of different options to try and weigh up.
What about when she turned for home and Adam asked her to go, and those little legs, they might be big legs, I haven't had a close look, but they were going quick.
They were, and full credit to that second horse late. I thought when she quickened up really well, she was going to be awfully hard to beat from there, and even a furlong out, I thought she had it won, but that last couple of strides she had to dig deep. So fantastic effort. Adam executed it really well. She's fantastic in that regard. She's got the tactical speed. She settled throughout, and he was able to sort of really quicken up from there.
And congratulations on a milestone for you today. 25 Group 1 wins since you joined Gay. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Didn't realise that, but that's fantastic. Delighted.
Yep, raise the bat.
Thanks very much.
They're just tough, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and she's a very, very good filly. And I was very pleased with the way she went to the gates today. She was nice and fresh, and obviously I would have liked a firmer track and the rail, but she's really improved the last 3 weeks, and her work's been fantastic. And I was very confident coming today.
The way she come back underneath you, do you think she'll get further?
I think probably a mile's her sweet spot, because she's got a beautiful high cruising speed, and I think that's where she does win the races. She's got great gate speed, so you don't have to push her to be anywhere. But then once we go a furlong, she can go a nice gallop. But then once you get to the 600 and you put the pressure on again, not many horses can do that, and it's hard for horses over a mile to pick us up off the back of that. Once they come off the bridle, they're not going to find much more, and she keeps finding, and yeah, look, I do think a mile's the speed spot where she can go a good gallop.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
The stakes. There's the light. Ready now. Racing. Oh, Osbred Flirt's fluffed the start. She's last. And Hinge jumped well. Miss Coover's up on the speed. Miss Coover's having a little crack for the lead and getting it. Then Miss Fabergé. Hell Hath No Fury. Duas parked right behind. They're followed further back then by More Secrets on the inside of Barbie's Fox. And the heavily backed Osbred Flirt has blown the start. Will settle last 8 off the lead. Miss Coover takes the front clearly. Off a rating of 60, and she's trucking along from the favourite Hinge. Miss Fabergé third, then Hell Hath No Fury. 2 further back to More Secrets on the inside of Duas. And the last two Osbred Flirt inside Barbie's Fox. So Miss Coover trying to cause an upset. Leads inside the 750 from Hinged. Then Miss Fabergé on the inside of Hell Hath No Fury. Nash starting a run on Duas. He pulls her out 3 wide, improving, coming to the turn. More Secrets close to heels. Barbie's Fox revved up. Osbred Flirt will be ridden for luck. Miss Coover turns the corner in front. Hinged under a determined ride now on the outside. Miss Fabergé goes to the rails. Then came Hell Hath No Fury. Miss Coover giving a sight, a good sight at the 250. Hinged is slowly getting there. Hell Hath No Fury. Miss Fabergé. Osbred Flirt's running on. Hinged got to the front from Hell Hath No Fury. Hinged and Hell Hath No Fury. It's going to be close. Very close. Hell Hath No Fury bobbed it Hinged. More Secrets third, then Miss Fabergé, followed by Barbie's Fox. Further back to Osbred Flirt, Miss Coover and Duas. Photo here. Hell Hath No Fury has put in a serious dive right on the wire.
Same colours, white cap or black cap? White cap of Hell Hath No Fury with the blinkers. Hinged with a black cap on the inside. Hell Hath No Fury is going to put a big lunge in here right on the line. Her nose comes up though. Her nose comes up. So there's no definitive bob. They've gone to the line in unison. Their heads, both their noses are in sync.
Hell Hath No Fury is completely...
So this is very hard to pick on that. And in these close photos, the judge doesn't release the image. He keeps us waiting. So we've just got to wait a little bit longer. Osbred Flirt missed the start. We'll try and show you what happened at the start there. I think it's going to come up here in a moment.
Had a crack here at Hell Hath No Fury.
Collett's coming back.
James McDonald. Got pretty close.
We can't see them nose on the inside.
And Hell Hath No Fury.
Outside or dead eat.
Going to get this by the looks of it.
See, they're going to have to. The judge has got the advantage of having the mirror. We can't see the mirror image. Collett thinks he's won. He's come back. And he's right. And he's right. Number 8's got it. Hell Hath No Fury. Hinge nose wasn't on the line. It was Hell Hath No Fury getting there first. 5 More Secrets is third, and 7 Miss Fabergé has run fourth. So the one they put the money on, Ron, they as Tim told us, they kept backing this horse. Hell Hath No Fury at big odds this morning, right in.
Yeah, well, with the lent here in the race, it went up $61. So it has been a good result for someone. They've just got the right place at the right time with the right bob and thrown across the line there by Collett. Hinged had a chance, no real excuses for her on the day, and Osbred Flirt obviously threw it away there at the start. But some nice bets landed at good odds there on Hell Hath No Fury.
33.80 the last 600 metres, 33.8.
Okay. The time 1:23.25, and is that 33.8?
Last section, the 33.8.
Yeah, 33.8 for the last 600. Annabelle's not here. She's had to race off. Aaron Lau is representing the stable. Well, there must have been a bit of confidence. The putters certainly like this horse because they backed it in from long odds.
A bit of confidence, a bit of a surprise really. But look, she's a mare in form. She's been doing a good job all preparation. But look, we came here sort of more hopeful. She'd run a nice race. But look, excellent to get the job done.
Isn't it brilliant? You know, a Group 2 winner now coming out of a benchmark 78. What a rise in class for this girl.
No, that's right. And look, she's continued to improve, especially this preparation. We were just finding out quite a bit about her in the first preparation, having come up from Melbourne. But look, Annabelle's got the key to her and onwards and upwards, hopefully.
And she's overhauled a Group 1 mare in Hinged. And she's not easy to go past, and she wanted to go past her.
Yeah, that's right. That was the plan from Jason, just follow Hinge and hopefully, she'll take you where we wanted to go. But never did we think today she'd be able to run her over.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Well done to the stable. OK, Corey, who have you got over there?
I've got Jason and his beautiful little daughter here. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thanks, Corey. Yeah, that was... I was hoping to run a place, to be honest, and get her some black type, but when she loomed up outside Hinged and was down for the fight, I thought, this is pretty good.
I know it's the barest of margins, but were you always confident?
Well, I had more momentum. I felt like I had forward momentum and put the sick away late and just sort of thought I'll get him late, but probably a bit closer than I anticipated. But I said thanks to James after the line, but I'm glad the number came up on top.
Right on, mate.
Thank you.
So 8, 2, 5 and 7. I haven't heard hold all tickets with Osbred Flirt, but we'll keep you monitored there. 123, 25, 33, 8 and knows the winning margin. And there's the happy Collett family.
Set now. And they're off and racing. Cold Crusher anticipated the start brilliantly. Windchat was only fairly out. So Cold Crusher leads with Fearson on the scene. Golden Mile on the scene and Windchat's out very wide. He's got some work to do, rolling on with the job. Hard to say, camps in fifth behind them. Then Dark Dream from New Energy, Caesar's Palace. A length and a half further back to Kovalika down on the rails. Cepheus is outside and Democracy Manifest sees them all. Righto, Windchat's done some work here. Really moving up now to serve it up to Fearson. Jay Ford has to just sit up a bit now on Windchat. He's done plenty to get on the outside of Fearson. Cold Crusher, Schiller was happy to take the set. Then Hard to Say, Golden Mile, Dark Dream's gone already. Further back to Caesar's Palace, New Energy slicing through the middle. Kovalika getting onto its back from Cepheus. Democracy Manifest, the fence last. Fearson leads into the straight from Windchat. Cold Crusher stoked up. 2 lengths to Golden Mile under pressure. Back on the inside, Hard to Say, New Energy. Kovalika down the outside. Fearson shows the way at the 200. 2 in front to Cold Crusher. Hard to Say he's running on, but Fearson won't stop. Fearson keeps going. Fearson at big odds. Fearson's going to lead all the way. Thundering home New Energy into second. Hard to Say third, followed by Kovalika, then Cold Crusher. Democracy Manifest running on. Windchat, think you knew your fate early there. Then Golden Mile, Dark Dream, Cepheus, Caesar's Palace.
Fearson, number 8. Tom Sherry gets a double today. Brad Widdup, the winning trainer. He got rid of Windchat and he just kept going. Number 8, Fearson, as the rain starts to come tumbling down here at Royal Randwick. Number 8, Fearson will be first. Wins the last, the Liverpool City Cup.
Yeah, and a good effort. We know he gets better over further, but once he found the front, he was always going to be strong, and he kept running. It was a lovely return from him. Eye catcher there from obviously this import, New Energy, to run second in a 1300 Group 3, first up in Australia. So it's all upside for him moving forward. Hard to say, just keeps running on Australia. It's just the end of the 1300. Just found out there late, and look, Windchat, he jumped in the air, lost it 2 lengths, and then had far too much to do. So maybe a forgive run there.
And Kovalika running on into 4th spot. So it's 8 Fearson, 6 New Energy, 11 Hard to Say, 4 Kovalika. They've run 1:15.62 and home in 34.31.
I thought it was a great front-running ride there from Tommy Sherry. He's a jockey that deserves a few more opportunities. He's not the natural lightweight where a few of the others are, but when you give him these opportunities, he makes the most of them. A great front-running ride.
So Fearson, who ran 2nd in the Goulburn Cup, so he's qualified for a big dance or a little dance along the way. He won the Festival Stakes. He ran midfield in the Ingham, but he's returned here with a Liverpool City Cup win and an excellent performance to win like he did today. Very tough effort there, Brad.
Oh, very tough. Thought they were going a bit too quick, but look, he likes to roll. Probably not that quick, but full credit to the staff at home. He's not an easy horse, and to get him the win, they've done a great job.
He's a Festival Stakes winner, and he's qualified for the big dance or little dance or whatever comes around. But how much improvement is there going to be from this horse next time?
Look, like we said, he's very tough horse. I wouldn't like to have that style, but he's got it and he loves it. So, look, he'll improve. He loves racing and, he's been a terrific horse.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
Good on you. 8, 6, 11 and 4, 1:15.62, 34.31, a length the winning margin. So Tom Sherry's going to chat to Corey for the 2nd time today. Now, Zach Lloyd got a suspension out of today's meeting. He got 4 meetings. He goes out from tomorrow week. He starts Sunday week. And the main meetings he'll miss is Black Opal Day and also the Kembla Classic Day. So 4 metropolitan meetings. So that was on floating.
Floating, yeah.
For just coming out and hampering James McDonald in the run home about the 200-metre mark.
Just about the 200-metre mark, yeah. When he got clear air, he just drifted out slightly, shaved James McDonald as he was sort of doing so, and landed himself in hot water.
So 4 meetings. All right, here's Tom Sherry.
Well done, Tommy. 2nd for the day.
Yeah, it's good. He's not the easiest horse to ride, but he had 2 good throws leading into today, and that's probably the best he's left the barriers. And he sort of, the more you leave him alone and leave him to his own devices, the more he responds. So he gave a good kick at the top of the straight. I thought he would got tired, but he was tough and was strong to the line.
Did you go out there with an open mind? There was no plan, really?
Yeah, I thought Wind Chat and Cold Crusher probably would have led me up, but the way he jumped and he was right there on the bridle, I didn't really want to disappoint him. So he done everything right. He was well behaved, and hopefully he's in for a nice prep.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Okay.